配信します。ラストの Wow, I look so tired. It's because I am. If I look tired, it's on account of me being tired. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? 誰か来るかな？今日めっちゃ暑かった。暑い。I almost didn't make it for today's stream before midnight. I had a huge day. Huge busy day. But now I'm home and ready to chat. Just a little bit of chatting. Hello. I stayed up to make sure I caught even a little bit of the stream. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I ended up having a really busy day. So I haven't had the chance. I just got home. My legs are aching. Hi Luna, thank you for... I was going to say Momo because in the middle of your name it says Momo. Hi Luna, thank you for joining for this stream. Good night if you have to go to sleep right away. Thank you. And it's good now because I finished my assessment. Let's go! True! That's about, like, that's gonna happen in a smidge. Scheduled for 7 minutes ago. No, it's all good. I imagine you ate good. I've not yet eaten dinner. I'm going to eat dinner after this stream, so it's just gonna be maybe like 30 minutes. Whoopsies. I had dance practice today, which is very fun and exciting. Look forward to seeing things. I will listen to you as I nod off. Okay. I'll try not to say anything too crazy or too loud. I mean, I've also got neighbors trying to sleep, so nothing too crazy today. Yeah, 30 minutes ago I submitted it 2 minutes before deadline. Huzzah! Huzzah! Good job, good job. Good meowing, good meowing. It's still nighttime for me. I've technically made it on time for Japan standard time. It's the last stream of the month. なんか不思議な気分. It's a mysterious feeling. Because, you know, now that I've moved places, it doesn't feel like I'm doing the same thing, the same event of daily streams that I was doing before. I kicked the tripod. But yeah, funny story, you know the movie La La Land, right? Yeah, I love La La Land. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, na 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 na. What are the lyrics? Because I love City of Stars. That's from La La Land, right? City of stars. Wow, there's like 6 lyrics. There's so much that I can see. Who knows? Is this the start of something wonderful and new? Or one more dream that I cannot make true? Is that a different City of Stars song? Yeah, this one's got more. Google gave me different song lyrics. There was a live-to-film concert in Sydney and the pianist got sick. The conductor who composed the film had to beg the audience, is there anyone that can play the piano? I think I saw that clip on TikTok this morning. Where that 31 days go. I know! J-Fest. Yes, I'm wearing my J-Fest shirt. I'm really running out of laundry because my washing machine is not yet functional. And I went to another store today to try and find the part that I need for it, but I went to a dollar store, to be fair. I think I need to go to a hardware store to get the part I need. A uni student stood up and offered to play. He only had 5 minutes to rehearse the music, and there was that John Legend song that was too hard, so we just improvised. Wow, that's impressive. That's so cool. Okay, what are the City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can't see. Who knows? I felt it from the first embrace I shared with you. But now our dreams, they've finally come true. Oh my god, I love the chorus part. A rush, a glance, a touch, a dance, a look in somebody's eyes to light up the skies. skies to open the world and send it reeling. A voice that says I'll be here and you'll be alright. I should sing the song at karaoke. Oh my god, it's so fun. I don't care if I know. I sound so Aussie. Just where I will go. 'Cause all that I need's this crazy feeling. A rat-tat-tat on my heart. Think I wanted to stay. But yeah, literally a flight enthusiast's dream. Is there anyone that can fly this plane? Is there any doctor on board? Yeah, well, I haven't seen the movie yet. I will next week for sure. Ooh, I love the humming version of City of Stars that plays in the credits. Me too! I do wish Justin Hurwitz did more movies there. I don't know who that is, but sure, me too. I agree, maybe. Probably shouldn't just be agreeing blindly. I feel like that's a setup to get cancelled, but... The composer, oh, I see. Does he compose non-movie things, mostly? Is that why you mean you want him to do more movies? Or does he not do music for a living? Surely he does. He wrote all of the songs too. Wow. Well, I love City of Stars. City of Stars is an amazing song. I think it's just gorgeous. And I love how comfortable it is for my vocal range, personally. So I like singing it too. He's only ever written for Damien Chazelle, the director. My first thought, I must say, was, that sounds kind of gay. And I don't mean that in like a negative way or anything, to be clear. That sounds a little homoerotic. My Fujoshi brain is maybe going a little crazy. インドネシア人ですか？違うんです。ベトナム人です。こんにちは、ハッピーちゃんちゃん。かわいい。ハッピーハッピーハッピー。ハッピーハッピーハッピー。And he wrote one episode of Simpsons just to pay the bills. Yo, if I could write an episode of Simpsons to pay the bills, that sounds fun. Kanji Guma said hi. こんにちは。Kanji Guma. すいません。その漢字の読み方知らないです。日本で何をされてるのですか？されてるの？すいません。ちょっと確認します。日本語を。日本で何をされてるのですか？どういう意味？ What are you doing in Japan, or what do you do in Japan? 今はワーキングホリデー。実は私はアイドルになりたいんですけど、私の日本語は超弱いんですから、今、自分で勉強しています。ワーホリをしながら。Anyway, how does one handle success because my real experiment grew so exponentially? It's a good problem to have, if you would say that's a problem. Go after even more views, more likes. Yeah, keep growing, I guess. Stay grounded in what you want to achieve. Like, how do I convince my marketing teacher I wasn't lying when I said I would reach this many followers by October? I already reached it this morning, suffering from success. Just raise the bar, I suppose. Just keep seeing how far you'll go. If there's a finite end to everything anyway, just see how far you can push it. Unless you don't want to. That sounds fun, no? See how many times over you can smash your goal. You know? I'm a bit surprised how many Japanese people come into my streams when I stream vertically on YouTube. But I think it's just because it knows I'm in Japan. And the algorithm keeps recommending my stream to Japanese people. I assume? Because I don't think there's any indication on my channel that I'm in Japan or speak Japanese in terms of like in the description or the title. Because in my bio or my like about me, I do have that I'm living in Japan, but I don't think YouTube would pick up on that. But I think it picks up on the location I'm in. Kana. But yeah, I guess observing how idols market themselves helped me a bit. Hell yeah. Or rest on your laurels. You could do that. Whatever they are. Yeah, what are laurels? Is that how you spell laurels? I think it's the other laurels. Like the Greek laurel, like Lauren, but with an L instead of an N at the end. Is that right? Because I know you always research trends for optimum reach. Me or idols? In general, research is a very important part of any venture. Any project has got like the feasibility study, you know, the research, the preparation phase, and then the like logistical preparation phase and blah blah blah. Yeah, me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I do try to follow a strategy with my social media, but I will say that lately I've been lazy. I haven't been doing nearly enough shorts for what has proven to do well for me, but I've not been in a stable position in my life to do that easily. I would like to film some more shorts and stuff, but I haven't set up my stream room yet, and I was going to set up a corner to make my shorts. So this is just kind of the preparation phase. Hopefully, like, I say next month as though that's not tomorrow, but hopefully next month everything will be a bit more settled, and then I'll be putting out content like crazy at a sustainable pace as well, hopefully. I'm not even sure what they are. How am I meant to know how to spell it? You gave it a good go though. You sounded it out. Yeah, fair. That's why from now I'm going to stagger my strategy so I don't burn out. Yes, that's important too. But at the same time, you have to make sure not to lose momentum. Like me, if I don't end up streaming more after this month. And that being said, my plan right now for next month is to stream 4 days a week. This is me hard launching it, kind of. Well, maybe soft launching it, because I guess I'm not posting it in a tangible form for everyone else to see or something. But let me get up a calendar. So I need to visually see it to know what my schedule was. What day is it today? Okay, so in this coming month, I am hoping to stream on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays at approximately 12 p.m. JST, but that would change depending on what my schedule is. And as soon as I set up my shorts setup, I want to upload shorts, maybe, depends on how much of a backlog I can build up, but maybe 3 times a week. Because I'm thinking like dance trend, stream clip, and then lifestyle or vlog, maybe. I'm gonna try and have a strategy that I properly stick to a bit more. And I need to go back into doing idol auditions. So I've been slacking on that too. I say slacking as though I've not been doing things. I've been doing things. I have to be a bit nicer to myself. I have been in the trenches of moving and furnishing my home, to be fair. So it's not as though I'm doing nothing. But it's also really hot in Japan right now, so I don't want to do anything. Will you ever film some shorts in shorts? It's also a joke that's in Brigadoon. I'm wearing shorts right now. So yes, I'm sure I will. Plus I'm getting genuine feedback from actual composers, so that's helpful. Hell yeah! Did he hear 14 days a week? Yay, or 40. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, hopefully. Plus I imagine you wouldn't be able to say much to how about like auditions and stuff? I also, I'm hoping that reducing my streaming frequency from daily to 4 days a week will still keep the momentum while allowing me to have time for my voice to rest. Because to be honest, mentally, I'm not too tired to stream. I'm happy to yap every single day. That part is fine. I'm happy to play games every day. Once I have a table, I gotta work on that. But like streaming every day has not been as challenging as I maybe thought it might have been, which is funny because it's my 2nd year in a row doing it. I mean, I streamed every day on TikTok as well, so it's like my 3rd time doing a month of daily streams. Every single time it's been very worth doing, very interesting. Very interesting from a statistics point of view. It's currently on 4 degrees. Yeah, my area is 9 degrees. Ew. It was like 30 degrees today, but like 30 degrees with like a 50% humidity, to be fair. So like the 30 degrees feels a bit more like, I don't know, 32, 33 degrees. At least if I were to estimate. But yeah, again, in terms of reaching out to a decent size of new people, this month was a success. Yeah! Yay! So I think tomorrow I will be trying to stream on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. So tomorrow might be a bit of a technical nightmare because I don't really have time tonight to set that up and try that. Micah. So you'll just see me live Googling how to multi-stream. Ganbaro. It's not ideal how like unpolished and unprofessional my streams feel to me. And I would love to get to a point in the future where my streams feel a bit more produced. But that would come with experience for one and a budget for another, perhaps a team, which falls into a budget as well. And I understand that there's also a charm to how scuffed my streams are at this like lower level, beginning stages. And I think to a degree, I'm sure some of you guys and I myself will probably miss this era in the future. So I'm trying to just enjoy while we're in it. But at the same time, I am hoping that things will be more professional in the future. Because I saw a tweet of someone talking about how and I think about this about Dropout and a lot of those kinds of YouTube shows like Dropout and Star Kid and Smosh, where I liked it more when they didn't have a huge budget and a huge production team, and I liked the charm of it just being a group of people who came together to make something for the love of the game. And as much as I understand that argument, it's also like, well, but of course if someone wants to do something for the long term, they're going to have to think about how to make it work as a business. We live in a capitalistic society, and also if these people care about their craft, they're just going to want to keep improving, right? So, just want to improve. Can't believe I was about to go to Japan in June. Yeah, look, you might die. Did you get a table yet? No, I still need to ask. Nai if she's going to be willing to use her Mercari account for me. Have you stress tested the Wi-Fi yet for dual stream? Not at all, so that's going to be interesting. Is authenticity an appropriate term for this case? I think potentially not. Not authentic. I think you're understanding the gist of what I'm trying to say though. It's just maybe intimacy, perhaps even? Because like, I enjoy being able to feel so close to my viewers and my community at the moment, at the level that I'm at, but I also have big dreams, and I can't have the huge audience that I dream of and be able to interact with all of them and know all of them by name at the same time. It's just not how it works. That's just the trade-off that comes with it, right? Like, if I were to one day achieve my goals of, I don't know, thousands of viewers per stream, millions of views on videos, huge concerts and whatnot, it simply becomes inevitable that I'm going to come off as a bit of a pretentious prick to some people. The distance will have to increase in order to reach more people, if that makes any sense. So we're gonna, and therefore, and the point I'm trying to make is that with this all in mind, therefore I'm trying to shamelessly make content that is scuffed at the level that I'm at the moment, so that I can have a time capsule of this phase of my life, my career, because if things go the way I want them to, they will change enough that this will be something that I look back on fondly, hopefully. Does that make any sense? Yeah, like I was there when the new Smosh cast came in for the first time and the vibe certainly changed. Yeah, and in general, whenever those kinds of rebrands and changes happen, there's always going to be people who will be like, I like the old Smosh, I miss the old stuff. There's going to be new people who come in and are like, I never cared for the old stuff, but I'm here for the new stuff. It just happens, and ultimately that's why I think it's a great weakness of a lot of influencers when they listen to their audience too much and they just do what they're told, because you can't satisfy everyone, and when you're trying to make everyone happy, the unhappiest person ends up being yourself a lot of the times, right? So when you're a creator or a community leader or like the face, the head, the creative director of a thing, you've got to have your northern star. You've got to have your own vision and stick to it. And you can take feedback. You can listen to other people. You can have a team. You can work on the vision with other people. But like, you can't just be like, maybe this is a controversial pet peeve. You can't just post on your Instagram and ask people to vote on every single decision that you need to make in your content. Like, I see this a lot in the idol scene. Not just in Sydney, not just in Australia. The Kaigai idol scene in general. Perhaps in the Chica idol scene too. To be fair, I'm not super into the Chica idol scene. But I see this a lot on Instagram stories and on Twitter. People will be like, I'm thinking of doing streams. What kind of stream should I do? Or if you wanted me to cover a song, what song would you want me to cover? Or if you wanted me to wear a costume, what costume would you want me to cover? What color suits me? What hairstyle suits me? What makeup should I do? And it's like, a little bit here and there is fine. I get it. Sometimes you're just kind of like, I'm tossing up between two options and I want to put it to a vote. Sure, whatever. I don't give a fuck. But I feel like there's some people who every single decision they need to make about their own idol branding, they put it to a poll. And it's like, you need to consider who is answering these polls and whether or not you care about their opinions. And then you need to consider who the fuck are you going to become if you just keep putting everything to a vote. Your branding is not going to be consistent, because the audience that votes on your shit on Monday is going to be different from the audience that votes on your shit on Friday. You know? So you're going to become a very like bada. Your branding is going to be all over the place because nothing is holding it all together. If you keep collecting these opinions and listening to them. Now, to be fair, you could always collect all of these opinions and then just like, you know, cherry pick the ones that you like, and like, you don't have to, if you ask for a lot of opinions but don't do what everyone tells you, that's a little bit better. But then to a degree, if you're not going to listen to those opinions, why ask as well? So it's a bit like, you end up just coming across as a very indecisive person. That's how it comes off to me. Can't have your cake and eat it too. Yeah. Like not singing songs, song requests. Yeah, like if one day I become a big enough streamer, I can just ignore chats that I don't want to read out, you know? To be honest, I'd do that at this level too. If I really didn't want to read out your chat message, I would simply delete them. When influencers get influenced. Yeah, putting the onus on the audience. Yeah, and I feel like if you want to be, if your concept is that you're an idol that is produced by the viewers, and you want to cite perhaps the K-pop survival shows out there where it's like the audience is the producer because they get to vote for who the members are. Yeah, but like the real producer is actually making the decisions about what the songs are, what the costumes are, what the concepts are. And as much as the audience gets to vote who is in the group, a lot of the times in the past that's been rigged anyway, so the audience doesn't actually get a say in those examples. And for good reason, because when you put things to a vote, a lot of people are stupid and don't know what they're talking about. Oh my god, like how do you expect an idol fan to know how to be an idol producer? There's of course going to be some people where there's overlaps in the skill stuff, but like the average idol fan does not think about how to craft a set list. The average idol fan does not think about whether or not the formations are going to be doable at the size of the stage that you're performing on. The average idol fan doesn't think about, doesn't need to think about how many microphones you need to bring to the event, and like how you're going to do handovers between microphones and between songs and blah blah blah. Like, there's details that they're not, it's not their job. It's not the audience's job to be an idol producer. They are two separate roles. And when you keep putting things to a vote, what are you doing? What are you doing? And why? And if you have an answer, great. But I think a lot of these people, if I grabbed them by the head, okay, if I grabbed them by the head and I said, hey, do you know why you are asking these people for an opinion on the poll? A lot of them would be like, because I didn't want to make the decision. And it's like, make the decision. You're going to have to make it anyway. It's going to end up being your decision anyway. I'm spending way too long on this. This is a huge pet peeve of mine. I feel like it's different as well, being like, oh, there's a group chat of people I trust and I'm going to ask for their opinion. That's different. Or like, oh, I'm going to consult this person who I look up to for some advice. That's different. You're getting qualified people to give you, reasonable advice. An audience is not a qualified party. And then if you're just going to spend time to sift through which ones you consider qualified anyway, then that's kind of fucked up in some ways too. I don't know. I think I heard of a story of someone who was like, please sell t-shirt and I will buy it to a band. So they did and no one bought it. Many such cases of that exact thing in the idol scene, I'm sure. There's a lot of cases of someone being like, oh, does anyone want t-shirts? And you'll get like, I don't know, anywhere from 1 to 10 people saying, yes, we really want t-shirts. And if you don't have enough of a grasp on statistics in your mind, you're going to look at that and be like, wow, everyone really wants shirts because I've got 10 voices telling me that they really want t-shirts. I better make some t-shirts. And as well, you'd think that if 10 people said that they want t-shirts, you can make 10 t-shirts and you would sell them all. You would be incorrect. A lot of people are lying fucks. Or they're just like, yeah, I would like to have a t-shirt, but then they end up being like, oh, I actually can't afford this t-shirt. Or like, oh, that t-shirt, the design is not really speaking to me, I don't really want that one. Or like, in general, I love when idols have t-shirts, but I don't own every single idol or group's t-shirts, because why would I? Blah, blah, blah. Many such factors. So you just ask people what they want, they're going to tell you, but like, you're going to have to be able to extrapolate information appropriately to make any sort of informed decision. And I feel like a lot of people skip that step and then land themselves into trouble. Avoidable issues. Get different perspectives to help form your opinion pretty much. Yeah. How many of those 10 people have money? Exactly. And it's not their fault. You just asked if they wanted shirts and they said yes. They'd love a free shirt, I'm sure. A lot of people would. I want a free shirt. I do admit I stopped buying t-shirts because I have way too much and I rarely go through my closet before a laundry cycle. And like, as much as you can be like, oh, but I put out a poll and these 10 people said that they want a shirt and they want it in this size. You're not then entitled to that person buying your shirt if they then change their mind, right? That's up to them. And then since you've now done this poll and you have this person's name, there's a chance you'll hold some resentment towards this person to be like, why did they change their mind? And it's like, well, hold on, take a step back. People are allowed to change their mind. You did not put up a pre-order and they paid money and then they last minute wanted a refund. That's different. You know what I mean? But yeah, to be honest, I have too many idol t-shirts too. I didn't bring them all with me to Japan either. Also in votes, people answer what they think they want you to hear. There's that as well. Because if it's not an anonymous thing, you have to consider how that's going to affect the data as well. It's just statistics, data. Take a statistics class. And you'll learn a lot. I think a lot of people in this day and age need to take a quick statistics 101 class. Just general like media literacy as well. Not just like for idol stuff or like for being an influencer or whatever. That's why I think pre-orders are more appropriate, since it gets both consensus and fulfills minimum orders. Pre-orders often work really well. It's just sometimes risky because when you have things as a pre-order, there's a significant pool of the customer base a lot of the times that is like, oh, I want to see the shirt in person before I make my decision. And when you have it for pre-order, they're going to be like, I'm going to wait to see how it looks on a person. So like maybe you could do a pre-order and then a second one later. I don't know. You run the risk of missing some people if you do exclusively pre-orders. But it does often work very well, especially on the smaller scale where you really can't afford to have dead stock. Personally, if I say something, I follow through. Yeah, and that's great too. But I think you can't fault people for making promises they don't keep if those promises aren't like legally binding. As much as you could argue maybe it's like a dickhead thing to do, you can't really fault someone. Like, it's their right to change their mind as well. Sometimes things happen. So if it doesn't get to minimum, nobody loses. Yeah. A lot of the times pre-orders is a very good way to run businesses. I would agree. Like Kickstarters and stuff. Hi Mayhem. Hello classmate Hulu. Hi. It's the final stream of the month today. In IG votes, if I can't choose, I will split my vote with Nigel. That's fun. Yeah, that's an aspect too. Many such things to consider. But yes, I've been yapping a lot. I need water. I have my water next to me. In a naked Pocari sweat bottle. Oh yeah, May has ended in Japan. Yeah, it's now June. Hello everybody and welcome to June. Does anyone have any big plans for June? Gonna do anything this month? It's gonna be really hot, so I'm really not gonna do that much. Yeah, I still love these insightful yaps. I enjoy them too. I enjoy these kinds of... I enjoy thinking about these kinds of things, so I like discussing things like this with people. I'm gonna hope I can graduate soon. I believe. Ooh, I dropped a thing. Yeah, I'm hoping that this month I can do some more auditions. I can maybe do some more content. I intend to stream. I'm hoping to fill some dance covers and stuff, but I definitely just need to put my head down and work this month as well and make a lot of money so that I can afford dance studios. I'm about to spend almost 2,000 this week. Rega. Oof. That's car words, right? The registration. Not like Lego with a racist accent. Or like one of the Reggies in Pokemon. I had the funniest idea for that, by the way, but I don't know if I want to PTSD people. Can you move again? I want to see the chair live. Is it green? Yeah. I built this on stream the other day. It's my green chair. I bought it on Amazon, by the way. I know, Mark, you asked on that stream, but I was muted. The brand of the chair? I don't know exactly, but I bought it on Amazon. Yeah, car rego. I've got taxes and bills and rent to pay, I suppose, financially, so that's going down. And now that I've got a fridge and a stove, I'm gonna get back into properly cooking, maybe meal prepping as well. So I'm hoping this month that I can get into making bento boxes. Just packing myself lunch, basically. But in a cute way. In a cute Japanese way. Sing Japan. Ooh, wow. I am a weeb too. Of course I am, I live in Japan. I'm also gonna actually look for a full-time job around this time. Wow! Best of luck. Just one of the generic brands that, yeah, green not coming through. Yeah, well, it's like, it's kind of like a dark olive, I would say. I watched the build yesterday. I was astonished you were actually mute. Well done, May. That must have been hard. It was. It was very tempting to unmute myself. So that's kind of green, right? I was very proud of myself for building the chair. It wasn't particularly difficult, but it was so hot and sweaty that day. No. No, what? Huh? It's been 35 minutes. I do need to go and make myself dinner, and I have work tomorrow, so I can't stay up too late. Not green on my screen. Green on my screen. It's green on my screen. Green screen. Okay, well, I've got to head off. I've got some chicken wings waiting to be marinated and cooked. What for dinner? Yeah, so I wanted to have yakitori for dinner because in the old area I used to live in, I used to see in the frozen section frozen skewers, like yakitori skewers. And I thought about getting a pack of those and cooking them and then making some like pickle side dishes and having some rice with it. But when I went to my now local grocery stores, they did not have that. So instead, I'm going to be making myself some chicken wings with all the pickle side dishes and stuff as well. So I've got cucumber and tomato and cabbage. Gonna put some vinegar, some soy sauce, a bit of sesame oil, a refreshing salad pickle situation, which I feel is appropriate for summer. So it's so hot, I think it's gonna be like refreshing pickles season. But yeah, so I wanted yakitori, but instead I'm having chicken wings. Thank you for stream. The final ever stream for this month. Well, now it's June, so the final stream of last month. So I'll see you next stream. Yep. I wanted to make a Dawn of the Final May meme, but I forgot. No stress, no stress. I've definitely not made a particularly big deal of this being the last day or anything. And unfortunately, I do think a lot of the people who I turned into regulars have maybe stopped showing up since the move has changed things, and I've not been putting up waiting rooms particularly punctually for a while. But you know, it's a lesson to learn, and maybe those people will be back. We shall see. But yeah, it was nice looking forward every day. Take care till then. Thank you. I was looking forward to it too. So yeah, great way to start the week with a May stream and month. Yeah, so I think tomorrow might have to be a get ready with me stream. I might reinstate the schedule, or I might just go live and ping it on Discord. I've not yet fully decided. I'm not yet fully settled on how I want to do things in the slightly longer term. This next week is probably going to be a bit messy, but I will stream. I will be streaming. Gonna be weird not being part of my daily schedule, but as they say, it is how it is. But yeah, bye-bye. Yeah, I would say experiment right now. I think so too. I think I'm just gonna trial and error. It's what I've been doing thus far. I think it's just a lot of the times it's easy to try something and be like, that didn't work. And maybe it didn't work, but that doesn't mean never try it again, because sometimes just the circumstances change enough that an old strategy that you tried that wasn't suited for those circumstances is now suited for the current ones. So a lot of the times people are like, yeah, but I've tried everything. And it's like, yeah, but you kind of have to try everything all the time. Trend cycles move all the time, circumstances change, blah, blah, blah. Hello, hello. Oh no, I'm about to end the stream. Oh no, hello, my lady. Hello. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, some streamers tried putting the schedule directly via Twitch. Yeah, I had that up, and I forgot to take it down for last month. Whoops. I don't know how much it helped. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's the kind of thing where even if it doesn't result in big numbers, sometimes it's just a courtesy to your regular viewers, especially. Yeah. But yeah, for real, I have to go and make dinner. And I've got to go to sleep. So thank you everyone for joining me for today's stream. I'll be back again tomorrow for another stream, and not the day after that, but the day after that day, yes. So kind of like four days a week, every second day in the week. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Hopefully. Okay, and hopefully we'll get to play games soon, but I have to buy a table first. Good morning, good morning. Bye bye. Thank you for joining me. It's a short one. Bye.